Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday, even though it's kind of gross outside. My name's Lana Harris. This is the First Alert Desk. I want to bring you some of the top trending stories just in case you missed it. We've got some really good ones today, really interesting ones, if you ask me. Number one, if you have a ticket to go to the SEC championship this weekend at Mercedez Benz, my gosh, you're so lucky. The nosebleeds are going for over $300, but the people who are going to be able to use their face as their ticket. I've never even heard of anything like this before. So you know the Benz, you've probably been there before. I just did not know that we were here yet, technology-wise. But at least you wouldn't have to worry about your phone dying. This facial authentication technology is through a company called Wicket. All you'd have to do is log into your SEC ticket account, take a selfie, and then show up at the stadium, and they'll recognize it as your ticket. Now, I know what you're thinking. What do they plan to do with the scan of my face? Well, the SEC claims Wicket protects, encrypts, and stores your data in a safe location and will not share or sell your information with any third parties. But we talked to a cybersecurity expert, and he says you have to be careful if you choose to use your face as your ticket because you really can't always track where your face and biometric information ends up. His name is Robert Hill, and he said, and I quote, "What you're doing is exchanging a little convenience, and we do this on social media. We do this in a lot of our lives, and we've just come to accept that we give away some of our personal security for that convenience. It's a trade-off. So you as an individual has to look at this and say, is this an acceptable risk?" That's the end of his quote. Now, you don't have to use your face as your ticket. It's just an option for fans. And the SEC also says no photos are stored on the entry devices. So even if their device is lost or gets stolen, they claim your information is safe and you won't be popping up on a billboard as, the new face of bad breath or a body odor or anything that might happen to your photo that they're using as your ticket. So it's very interesting where we've come as a human race. Moving right along, we're talking about, we promised this was not a slow news day. Every time you talk about a cat getting rescued, you think nothing else is going on. This was actually a dramatic rescue. The cat was stuck on I-285. Who among us has not been stuck on I-285? That's a story of everybody's life here in Atlanta. So here's what happened. Happened on Monday, and officials tell us they actually got several calls about a kitten that was just balancing on the median. Look at that. So here's how the rescue happened. We got to talk to one of the firefighters.
We pulled up, and the main thing I remember is just seeing a ball of fur with the long hair blowing in the wind. And I pulled up. I was scared. Scared it was gonna alarm it when I set the parking brake. It didn't move, and I blocked traffic for our firefighter in the back to exit the vehicle and safely approach the cat, and he was able to get it.
Yeah, usually cats do bolt when anybody comes near, but I think that kitten was just ready to go. Question is how it ended up there in the first place. You would hate to think somebody just left it there as a joke, but yeah, they were able to rescue it, and the story actually gets sweeter from there. The kitten was given to a firefighter's mom who had recently lost her cat. So this was really just a sweet story. Love it when you can do a sweet story on a Friday. I also have a story that I personally think is pretty hilarious. So this is Red Lobster. A lot of people love Red Lobster. So they ran a promotion that I probably could have told them was a bad idea, especially if they ran it here in Atlanta. So endless shrimp. That's really all I have to say. They ran an endless shrimp deal, and the goal was to boost traffic between July and December when it's usually slow. So for $20, people could get popcorn shrimp, garlic shrimp, scampi, shrimp linguine, Alfredo. There's as much as they wanted. Well, so many people took advantage of this, the company reported an $11 million loss in the third quarter while they were pushing this promotion. So as you can imagine, they've since gradually raised the price on this, but you tell people all you can eat, endless, yeah. You would think that they would have maybe budgeted for that or thought, maybe this might not be a good idea because people love shrimp. People love their shrimp here in Atlanta, myself included. Okay, the USDA says you guys need to stop eating your Thanksgiving leftovers. Who among us is still eating Thanksgiving leftovers? First of all, I'm surprised anybody's not sick of it by now. But yeah, they have to put out this warning pretty much every year because you have to stop. The USDA says refrigerated leftovers can only safely be eaten within 4 days. That means Monday was the last day you could safely eat that food. Unless you froze it, then you're good to go. The USDA says frozen food stays safe indefinitely. They're only going to be the best quality from 2 to 6 months. My family was big on freezing their food. We had that for months. It was awful. We were sick of it. Now, just on a personal opinion note here, if your dish is still in the refrigerator and you have a lot of it, at this point, either you made too much or it might not have been good. Don't shoot the messenger. Maybe you just make something else next year. Maybe you make a little bit less of it. Okay, last story for you is one that I think anybody just wishes would happen to them. It was a Powerball error. A lot of people play Powerball hoping, at least for some kind of money. I'd take a couple of bucks and be happy with it. So nobody hit the big jackpot in Monday night's Powerball, but some people in Iowa are still cashing in. The Iowa lottery says staff entered some of the numbers into the state's gaming system incorrectly, and some people matched those incorrect numbers. So the lottery says anybody who collected the money before they realized the error could keep the prize. Sad news is they aren't millionaires because of this. Their prizes range from $4 to $200. I don't know. I'm not mad at it. At least it might have taken care of the cost of the ticket. Win-win if they cash it in. That pretty much does it for me. So we'll take a live look outside right now where it really just kind of feels gross. It's gray. It's raining. It's going to be raining all weekend. We're going to have a full check of your forecast coming up on Atlanta News First at noon. And until then, I hope you have a great day.